Hanggang pwede siyang ibalik dito. Basta tan sigurado namin at na-appreciate ko yung sinabing ito ng NBI. Pagkatapos siyang i-process ng BI at nila ng NBI, ay iti-turn over siya sa atin dito sa Senado. Tulad ng naging proseso kay Sheila Guo.
May possibility, ma'am, na may harap siya bukas sa hearing?
Kapag nalaman namin na makakabalik siya in time, ihaharap namin siya. Kung naman hindi aabot sa oras yung pagpapabalik niya mula sa Indonesia papunta rito, magsischedule kami ng susunod na pinakamaagang hearing para sa wakas maiharap na siya sa ating muli at makasagot siya ng maayos at makatotohanan dapat.
And are you hoping, and are you hoping and expecting na magsasalita na siya tungkol sa mga taong involved dun sa illegal operation at sino yung mga tumulong makalabas sila ng bansa?
I'm fully expecting magsasalita na siya ng kumpleto at katotohanan. Kasi patunay itong pag-aresto sa kanya na hindi siya makakatakas talaga. Tumakas man siya nung una, nahuli pa rin siya at ibabalik dito. Kumbaga, she has nowhere else to go. At yung mga tumulong sa kanyang makatakas, hindi namin sila tatantanan.
Ma'am, paano kung i-get niya yung kanyang rights, sabihin sa incrimination, hindi niya matandaan, mga ganong statement?
Well established na yung right against self-incrimination ay pwede lamang gamitin sa bawat tanong na maitanong sa isang testigo kung hindi niya sasagutin yun. Pero hindi yan blanket na pagpapayag na umiwas siya sa pagpresenta ng sarili niya sa isang hearing at sa pagharap sa mga tanong namin ng Senador.
Ma'am, kausap niyo na po ba yung BI at saka NBI, DFA regarding dun sa kay Alice Guo? Kasi yung kay Sheila Guo at saka yung kay Cassie Ong, less than one day, nandito na agad sila sa Pilipinas.
That's true. Kaya inaalam namin kung anong petsa at oras, anong oras pinakamaagang pwede siyang ibalik dito. Nagko-coordinate na rin ang Senate Office of the Sergeant at Arms sa NBI. Yun na nga, mismong si NBI Director Santiago ay nagsabing basta pagkatapos maiproseso nila ng BI si Alice Guo, ito-turn over siya sa atin dito dahil Senado ang may standing warrant para kay Alice Guo.
Ma'am, how important was the President's strong public statements regarding Alice Guo?
Very important. Tulad ng pag-anunsyo niya ng total ban sa POGOs nung kanyang SONA at pagsimula ng winding down hanggang December 31 at paghahanap ng alternatibong trabaho at hanap buhay, yung just transition para sa mga kababayan natin nagtrabaho noon o nagtatrabaho pa sa mga POGO na iyan. Lahat nito ay mga piyesa ng isang puzzle na dahan-dahang binubuo natin. At I am happy to say na matimbang na bahagi doon ang trabahong ginagawa ng Senado sa pag-iimbestiga dito laban sa POGO. So mabuti at malalakas nga ang mga statement ni Presidente tungkol kay Alice Guo. At ngayon nakita natin sa pakikipagtulungan ng iba't ibang mga grupo ay naaresto si Alice Guo. Pagkatapos ma-confirm natin na naaresto siya independently, na-confirm din namin sa mga Indonesian contacts namin ang pagka-aresto sa kanya. Kaya terima kasih sa mga kaibigan natin sa Indonesia at maraming salamat sa lahat-lahat na nagtulungan upang siya ay magdakip.
Ma'am, nasabi po ba ng Indonesian sources nyo kung paano nila na-trace at nahuli po si Mayor Guo?
Bubuin pa namin yung account nilang iyon para doon din sa investigasyon ng Subcommittee on Justice and Human Rights tungkol partikular sa pagtakas ni na Alice Guo, ma-input namin yun at mabuo natin yung kwento ng kanyang pagtakas hanggang sa kanyang pag-aresto.
Ma'am, makakaabot kaya sa hearing tomorrow or are there parang tina-target niyo po ba yun? Gusto niyo sana makaharap na siya tomorrow?
I'm really hoping makaharap na siya bukas, so tina-target namin, but we can only target so much dahil malaking bagay muna malaman namin sa pagitan ng Indonesian at Philippine authorities kailan talaga at anong oras siya maibabalik dito.
Yung kapatid kaya niya na si Wesley Guo, meron po ba kayo information?
Yan na lang ang missing in action pa. Pero buo yung confidence ko na patuloy din siyang pinaghahanap. Tulad ng patuloy na paghahanap kay Alice Guo pagkatapos maaresto sina Sheila Guo at Cassandra Leong na nagbunga na ngayon sa pag-aresto kay Alice Guo.
Mabalikan mo lang yung process. Bali from NAIA, dadalhin siya sa BI,
Yes.
and then NBI, and then dito.
Opo.
Ma'am, after the hearing tomorrow, anong disposition ng Senate? Will she be detained here or ipapaubaya niya sa NBI?
Kung makaharap na siya sa hearing bukas, yan ay hearing ng Justice and Human Rights Subcommittee. Ihaharap na namin siya doon kung nandito na siya sa Pilipinas. Kahit pa makaharap na siya bukas, ang source naman ng warrant niya ay mula sa Senate Committee on Women. So kailangan po pa muna siyang humarap sa susunod na hearing ng Committee on Women bago makapag-desisyon kami sa disposition namin sa kanya.
So she'll stay here or with the NBI?
She will stay here at the Senate.
Ma'am, would you call on the Department of Justice and other agencies na bilisan yung pagsasampa ng kaso? Kasi ma'am, pag nirelease ninyo from Senate custody, dahil halimbawa napaharap na siya or sumagot siya sa inyo, di ba flight risk siya kung wala pa rin warrant of arrest from the courts?
Tingnan po natin kung mahinog na yung unang-unang kasong isinampalaban sa kanya. Yun ang kaso ng DOJ for qualified human trafficking. So qualified trafficking in persons na isang non-bailable offense. At kung hindi pa man at that point in time, kasi dadaan muna siya sa pagharap sa Committee on Women, magdidesisyon pa kami kung palalayain na ba siya sa Senado or i-detain pa rin namin. Kahit pa umabot sa puntong iyon, kung may nahinog ng court warrant of arrest, well and good. Kung hindi pa man, we could ask the BI, meron ba silang standing complaints laban sa kanya bilang isang dayuhang nandito sa Pilipinas, on the strength of which pwede pa rin nila siyang i-hold. But definitely, hindi na natin pauulitin ng tumakas siya at may mga magkulang o worse, makipagsabuatan para patakasin siya ulit.
Ma'am, are you positive na this time ay magsasalita na siya ng totoo dun sa mga hearing?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, tingin ko malakas ang dating nitong pagka-aresto niya sa kanya dahil umalis siya sa Pilipinas ng ganun-ganun lang, nakapag parang lakbay sa iba't ibang bansa dito sa Asia at papunta sa kung saan hindi pa natin alam. Pero hindi siguro magaan ang dating sa kanya na naaresto pa rin siya at ibabalik pa rin dito sa ating bansa kung saan nagpanggap siyang Pilipino, nagpanggap siyang Pilipinong mayor, lumabag siya sa iba't ibang batas ng Republika sa ilalim ng cover ng POGO.
With the arrest of Alice Guo, better po ba na sumuko na yung iba pang may warrant of arrest?
Definitely. Ipinakita nitong pag-aresto kay Alice Guo na tumakas ka man, pag pinaghahanap ka ng mga otoridad at may tulong pa ng mga otoridad ng ibang mga bansa, kahit dun ka pa tumakas, ay maibabalik ka rin dito sa bansang Pilipinas. That should make a strong impression sa iba pang subjects ng warrant of arrest na patuloy pa rin tumatakas o nagtatago.
Now, in this development, so we do not see wrapping up of your hearing anytime soon.
Well, plano na rin ng Senate Committee on Women na sana sa loob ng 2 o 3 hearing, mai-wrap up na po namin. Meron pa po kaming mga pending issues, pangunahin na nga yung pagharap at pagsagot ni Alice Guo, yung pagtatanong namin sa ilan pang mga personalidad na lumitaw ang kanilang mga pangalan konektado sa mga POGOs, yung hindi pa natapos na kwento ng Farmally at kung yung mga taong na-identify noon sa Farmally investigation na lumilitaw ngayon sa investigasyon namin laban sa POGO ay meron ding accountability doon. So, on track pa rin ang Senate Committee on Women, very big break para sa ating lahat yung pagka-aresto kay Alice Guo.
Ma'am, si Alice Guo na ba yung pinakamataas o pinakamalaking personality behind the POGO operation sa Pilipinas?
Maaaring hindi siya yung pinakamataas pa. Maaaring hindi pa siya yung kumbaga, malaking isda dito. At yun yung gustong tumbukin ng Committee on Women bilang bahagi ng pag-wrap up ng kabuuang 4 na taon ng investigasyon laban sa POGOs.
Okay na ba tayo?
Okay na po.
Kay Pastor lang. Ang operation ng PNP, parang
12 days na ba? Or marami nang naiinip eh. How is the Senate looking at this? Especially sa inyo nagsimula yung investigation sa kanya.
Standing pa rin yung warrant of arrest issued ng Senate Committee on Women. So oras na mapasakamay siya sa mga otoridad, inaasahan ko, tulad ni Alice Guo dun sa isang investigasyon, humarap na si Apollo Quiboloy sa aming investigasyon dito sa Senado. At the same time, naninindigan ang Department of Justice among different executive agencies na valid pa rin yung operation ng pag-serve ng warrant of arrest laban kay Quiboloy. Mayroong temporary protection order ang Davao Court, pero particular dun sa magkaroon ng access yung mga KOJC members sa lugar, pati na yung mga estudyante doon sa Jose Maria College. Hindi po hinahadlangan nun yung patuloy na pag-serve ng arrest warrant kay Quiboloy. Kaya inuulit ko na lamang sa kanya, itigil na lahat ng mga dramang iyan, lumabas na sa lungga ninyo, humarap na kayo dito sa Senado at sa iba't ibang mga korte kung saan may nailabas na ng mga warrants para sa arrest mo.
Ma'am, how do you see yung mga counter-propaganda ng kampo ni Quiboloy, like yung ginagawa daw parang mining, gold excavation doon sa KOJC compound ng PNP?
Well, sinasabi nila PNP ang gumagawa na?
Yes,
o sila ang gumagawa na?
Sila, nagbuhukay daw kasi yung PNP, may mga dala doon parang gold detector and all, mga propaganda from their end.
Siguro yung mapapaniwalaan lamang na detect ay yung sinasabing 8 heartbeats dun sa tunnel or sa bunker na usually makina na ginagamit para iligtas ang buhay ng mga victim survivors ng mga sakuna tulad ng lindol. Pero kung yun ang ginamit para i-detect at subukang tumbukin kung saan patuloy na tinatakasan ni Apollo Quiboloy ang warrant of arrest para sa kanya, iyon ang paniniwalaan ko. Dahil on the strength of their service of arrest warrant, wala namang ibang ipinapakitang takay ang PNP doon, bukod doon.
Last question.
What about yung condition being laid down by his lawyer?
Sorry.
Mama, yung condition ng lawyer, dapat pa may written declaration si Presidente na hindi siya ito turn over sa US if ever.
Wala po siyang mag-impose ng mga kondisyon. Siya po ang may obligasyon, hindi lang sa gobyerno, pero sa taong bayan, na tulad ng sino mang mamamayan na covered, hindi ng isa, hindi ng dalawa, kundi 3 warrants of arrest, humarap na po siya. Kung ano po ang gagawin ng gobyerno, kung magkaroon man ng extradition treaty, ang sino mang ibang bansa, o kung mailagay siya sa list ng Interpol para maging subject ng search ng iba't ibang law enforcement agencies ng buong mundo, hindi na po siya ang may decision dyan. Gobyerno na po.
Okay, last na po si Marlon.
Ang COA has ordered DepEd to return yung mga misuse funds daw ng DepEd during the time of BP Sara Duterte. More than 12 billion. Will you raise this kapag nag-plenary na yung budget ng DepEd?
Kapag pagdating sa plenary budget debates dito sa Senate, hindi pa sinunod ni dating DepEd Sec Sara ang utos ng Commission on Audit, of course, wide open para itanong yon. Itanong ko o nino mang kasama ko dito sa Senado. Dahil idinadaan ng bawat ahensya sa ganyang proseso. Pagsagot sa mga tanong o utos na ng COA bilang pagtimbang kung justified ba yung hinihingi nilang budget para sa susunod na taon.
Sen, were you surprised na gano'ng kalaki yung nakita ng mga state auditors na apparently mali yung paggasta ng departamento?
Hindi ako surprised. Kaya nga ni-raise namin dito sa Senado last year yung issue ng confidential and intelligence funds at legislative intent namin siguruhin na yung limited na pag-audit sa intelligence funds ay mas masunod at yung halos hindi pag-audit ng confidential funds ay malagyan po ng rules and regulations. Kaya nga po't nagbuo pa ang Senado ng Oversight Committee, di ba, joint sa House tungkol dyan sa Confi and Intel funds na yon. And I'm just very glad at grateful sa COA na isiniwalat nila ito sa ating lahat at sa buong publiko.
Should the same scrutiny be applied to the budget of OP?
All agencies ay subject sa anumang pagtatanong mula sa Kongreso. Bilang sila executive, sila ang gagastos ng budget na iyan, pero kailangan muna sila dumaan sa scrutiny ng other branch and co-equal branch of government.
Okay, thank you.
We have with us NBI Director Jaime Santiago on the arrest of Alice Go by Indonesian authorities. Director Santiago, good morning, sir.
Magandang umaga, Ma'am Davila, Karen. Opo.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo. Sir, paano po natuklasan, natunton ng mga Indonesian authorities si Alice Go? Saan po siya nahuli?
Wala pong detalye kung paano nahuli. Ang report po sa amin na dumating ay nahuli siya kaninang madaling araw. At nasa custody po ngayon ng Indonesian Police po.
Oo. So, kumbaga, hindi ito sa isang hotel, hindi nyo alam yon, palipat-lipat, meron bang informant, wala pang ganung impormasyon, Director?
Wala pang detalye kung paano nahuli. Opo.
Oo. Okay, ano po ang plano, sir? Kailan po darating si Alice Go?
Yan po ang aming utos sa amin ni DOJ Secretary Remulla na makipag-coordinate agad kami at kung paano maibabalik agad dito sa Pilipinas.
Oo. Kapag ganun po ba, posible itong ngayong araw o bukas? Yung kay na Cassandra Ong at Sheila Go, gaano katagal po yun, Director?
Sa madaling panahon po, Ma'am, gagawin namin yan. Kailangan talaga maibalik na siya dito.
Oo. Okay, balikan po natin ang pag-alis ni Alice Go. Alam na po ba natin talaga kung ano ang proseso at ruta na ginamit po niya?
Ang initial, ang hindi pa confirm namin, marami kasing report, pero surely backdoor po. Backdoor siya lumabas. Di umano'y sumakay ng boat papunta sa Sabah, Malaysia.
Oo. Pagkatapos ng Sabah, Malaysia po, talaga bang lumipad siya gamit yung Batik Airlines or hindi totoo yun?
Yun po ang nasa dokumento, Ma'am. Opo.
Oo. Kasi mula po Malaysia, kumpirmado na po ba na nagpunta muna siya ng Singapore bago nakarating ng Indonesia? Or diretso na lang po ba ito Malaysia-Indonesia? Kasi magkalapit na yun eh.
Ganun nga po. Singapore tapos Indonesia.
Nagpunta pa siya ng Singapore.
Opo, Ma'am.
Oo. So, kumpirmado nagpunta ng Singapore tapos nagpunta ng Indonesia.
Parang ganun po ang lumalabas sa aming report. Opo.
Oo. Alright. Ang pasaporte po ba ni Alice Go, Director Santiago, ang Philippine passport niya, kanselado na po ba ngayon?
Kanselado na po. Kaya ibabalik na siya dito dahil illegal alien siya doon.
Oo. Pero wala po siyang dalang Chinese passport?
Hindi pa po namin siya naharap, Ma'am.
Oo.
Hindi pa po wala pa sa custody natin. Hindi pa natin nakita yung mga gamit niya.
Okay. Ngayon, ilinawin po natin sa ating mga manonood, no? Kasi si Alice Go, sasabihin ng abogado nun, wala namang whole departure order, naka-lookout bulletin lang. Kung tutuusin, hindi naman illegal ang paglabas niya ng Pilipinas. Yan ang sasabihin ng mga abogado, Director.
Ay, pag-usapan na lang namin yan sa hukuman, Ma'am. Hindi ako makapagbigay ng detalye tungkol dyan.
Opo. Okay. May nais ba kayong idagdag, Director Santiago, ngayon?
Wala pa ho sa ngayon. Ma-inform ko po kayo pag meron tayong development, ma'am.
Oo. Well, Director Santiago, thank you so much for taking our call this morning. At higit sa lahat po ng impormasyon na nabigay ng NBI doon po sa Senate investigation. Hindi po natin nakakalimutan na maraming impormasyon po ang fingerprint ni Alice Go at nung Chinese name po niya ay iisang fingerprint. Kayo po, ang NBI po ang nakadiskubre nun. Thank you so much, sir.
Ma'am Karen, salamat po.
All right, thank you very much. And that was NBI Director Jaime Santiago. Now we're joined by Manila Representative Benny Abante for a reaction on Alice Go's arrest. He's one of the chairpersons in the Quad Committee investigating illegal pogos and the drug war. Representative Abante, good morning.
Good morning, Karen. Good morning to all of you.
All right, your reaction, the arrest of Alice Go by Indonesian authorities.
It's a welcome development because Alice Go is one of our persons of interest. Soon, if she is back, either she gets arrested and be in the custody of the Senate or the House of Representatives here. So, for sure, Karen, we are going to invite her to become one of our resource speakers.
Okay. And what is your take with the fact that it was Indonesian authorities? I mean, this is a commentary on the state of also, I think, immigration in the Philippines, our porous borders, efficiency when it comes to welcoming and exiting fugitives, right? I mean, you have Indonesian authorities in a span of a few days actually arresting Cassandra Ong, Sheila Go, bringing them back to the Philippines, and now Alice Go. Indonesian authorities doing this.
Well, I think in a way, it's kind of an embarrassment to us because the Indonesian government is bent on arresting illegal aliens, no? While these people are being able to leave the country, and that's the reason why one of the people that we're going to invite is the BI, no? The Bureau of Immigration. Tatanungin namin, bakit nakakaalis to ng ganun? And we heard that there is a good amount of corruption that's happening in the BI because of that.
Okay, but other than that is the issue of the porous borders of the country. The Philippines is an archipelago, and it's not the first time that we've heard that Filipinos can actually take a boat to Sabah, Malaysia. Yun, totoo yun.
Well, Indonesia is also an archipelago, actually. I think they have more islands than us. And it's been for a long time that we have a backdoor na sinasabi nila, no? Sila dumadaan. Cassandra Ong, when we were actually, she was testifying, and she was saying that she took the flight, no? From the airport. Now, of course, that is not what happened to Sheila Go. I do not know what happened also to Alice Go if she actually took a commercial flight, no, from the Philippines to Singapore. But knowing Cassandra, the thing is, when Cassandra went to Indonesia, she was met by Sheila Go, Sheila Go, Alice Go, and Wesley Go. And she was telling us that Wesley Go is her boyfriend.
Yeah.
That's the reason why she was able to meet Alice because of Wesley. See? And then they went to Singapore. And she told us that a certain Zhang, there are two Zhang, a certain Zhang Gi, a Singaporean, was the one who arranged the hotel for them to stay. That's the reason why I also asked her, so what did you do in Singapore? Did you have a business meeting with Alice Go? Of course, it's normal for her to reject that, no? Sabi niya, wala. Pero in reality, kapalagay ko talaga nag-meeting sila dun eh.
Oo. So, is it confirmed based on your hearings that Sheila, Cassandra, and Alice essentially took a boat to Sabah, Malaysia? Or only Alice and Sheila took the boat, Cassandra took a plane? Lahat ba silang tatlo sabay-sabay, sir?
Only Sheila, only she took the boat, no, as was told by the Senate. And according to Cassandra in our hearing, she took a commercial flight to I think Malaysia, and then she went to Indonesia, and she went to Singapore. I do not know if Alice Goo took a commercial flight. Now, of course, if she took a commercial flight and she was able to go, then something is wrong. No, there's something here that we ought to investigate. The Bureau of Immigration should be investigated on that.
Oh, okay. Now, I think what's interesting to note is, have they answered in any of the hearings why Indonesia? Right? I mean, considering they are Chinese nationals, one would think that they would find a way to get to one of the provinces of China and be with family. Why Indonesia?
I don't think they would go to China because alam mo naman sa China is a socialist country. And I think they have multiple passports, and that is what is told to us. They have multiple passports. They have Philippine passports, they have Chinese passport. In fact, they even have Taiwanese passport.
Is that right?
Oh,
Taiwanese passports.
The thing is, we are also looking into the that they were able to get the passports spuriously. So we are looking into that also. That's the reason why the BI has a lot of things to answer to us.
Okay. Now, what do you think is the heaviest charge against Alice Goo? We have to remember there are several. Number one, this is a Chinese national wherein she essentially faked being a Filipino citizen and ran for mayor, which is against the Constitution. Number two, you have now the Anti-Money Laundering Council filing 87 counts of money laundering amounting to 7 billion pesos. The AMLAC has filed that against her, Sheila, and Cassandra Ong too. So this is, of course, related to Pogo. What do you believe can actually hold Sheila, Alice, in the Philippines, or what can convict her?
And I think the money laundering would really convict them because. In fact, we asked Cassandra Ong if she would be able to sign a waiver, no? So that we could be able to open up the 17 bank accounts that she owned.
Yeah.
And she has given to several people. And then we are going to look into the connection between Cassandra Ong and Alice Goo as far as the exchange of money is concerned. See? So, ang pinakamaganda ritong kaso, yung money laundering. Now, we are also looking at the connectivity between the Pogo, between Cassandra Ong and Alice Goo, and the others. No, I cannot actually reveal to you the others we are going to invite. But the public would know more today as we have the hearing.
Okay. All right. Now, there's been a connection. It's been established with the Pogo of Lucky South and also Lucky South and also Huyuan.
Cassandra is actually refusing even to tell us, no? She believes, yun ang sabi niya sa amin, that she is in the real estate business, but not in the gaming business. So she is actually denying that she is involved in Pogo. Until now, no? She's denying that. She's denying that Lucky South 99 is a Pogo hub. No? She's denying that
denying that Lucky South is a Pogo hub, yes. But it got a license for Pogo operations. That's the odd part. I mean, the license was just revoked in 2023.
And
Why?
that's the problem, because she was saying I was only involved in the real estate business. Tinanong ko nga siya, I asked her, well, do you realize that the real estate business you have, you bought the property in Porac, and that property was used for Pogo Hub, and she was even denying it.
Oo. So, ang tanong ko, what did she say when she was asked, why did she go to PAGCOR Chief Altenco with Harry Roque? I mean, essentially, Harry Roque was assisting Cassandra Ong when Lucky South's franchise was revoked, and he was assisting her. Bakit daw sila nagpunta doon?
She even paid a good amount of money sa PAGCOR to be able to have that business. The thing is, palagay ko, she's kind of confused, whatever it is, and she is not, anong tawag natin doon? Her answers are kind of confusing. I think she's confused.
All right, so I think last words, when Alice Go arrives, what is the plan of the House?
We are going to invite her actually, in one of the hearings we're going to have.
Okay. On that note, I want to thank you so much, Representative Abante, for joining me today.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you very much.
All right, now let's speak to another lawmaker once again. His reaction on the arrest of Alice Go. We're now joined on the line by Surigao del Norte Representative Robert Barbers. Representative Barbers, good morning.
Good morning, Karen, and magandang umaga po sa ating mga kababayan.
All right, your reaction on the arrest of Alice Go by Indonesian authorities.
Okay, well, I'm glad that she's now arrested and in the hands of the law, so to speak. No, all I can say, Karen, is that this goes the same to those who are trying to evade arrest. No, that you can run, but you cannot hide. So eventually, the long arm of the law will catch up on you. So yun lang ang message ko sa ating mga nagtatago diyan.
And I think more on a policy scale, it speaks well of ASEAN in terms of the use of enforcement and intelligence gathering information, don't you think?
Yes, it seems that the intelligence gathering and intelligence sharing by this countries are actually effective, no? And it seems that by sharing this information, there's now a basis for the authorities to ensure that there is proper cooperation among countries with shared intelligence networks. So I guess it really shows that there is a efficient and effective intelligence sharing among these countries, Karen.
Okay. All right. Anything you'd like to add, Representative Barbers? I mean, the NBI has said that they will be facilitating the return of Alice Go with Indonesian authorities. They don't have the details yet. Pero anong plano po ninyo?
Well, pag dumating siya dito, we will definitely ask for her presence in one of our Quadcom hearings so that she can also share information or shed light on certain issues that she needs to clarify for the Filipino people. And of course, ang message ko naman sa ating mga people who are trying to evade arrest, no, kung nakikinig sila, no, I suggest that you just cooperate, no, tumulong kayo sa ating bansa, tumulong kayo sa ating bayan para gumanda naman po ang kinabukasan ng bawat sambayan ng Pilipino.
On that note, Surigao del Norte Representative Robert Barbers, maraming salamat po, sir.
Thank you, Karen. Maraming salamat.
All right. Now, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian thanks Indonesian authorities and the NBI for their quick action in arresting Alice Go and her companions. Gatchalian says with her capture, Go must now face the cases against her, including human trafficking, money laundering, and her defiance of the Senate. Gatchalian adds it's important that she face justice here in the Philippines. Gatchalian says after being processed by the NBI and the Bureau of Investigation, Go should be immediately brought to the Senate, which is the only one that has a standing arrest order against her. Senator Gatchalian says Go should confess who was involved in her criminal activities in Bamban and who helped her in the government. Gatchalian also says Go should name names so that cases can be filed against them. Now, the Department of Justice confirms the arrest of former Bamban Mayor Alice Go. The dismissed mayor was apprehended shortly before midnight Tuesday in Tangerang City, Indonesia. The DOJ says the development has been verified by counterparts in immigration who have confirmed that Go is currently in the custody of Indonesian police. Justice Secretary Boying Remulla expressed satisfaction with the outcome, stating that Go's arrest is a testament to the tireless efforts of the country's law enforcement agencies and the strength of international cooperation in bringing fugitives to justice. Remulla adds they will ensure that all legal processes are followed to hold her accountable for any crimes committed. He also says the DOJ will continue to coordinate closely with Indonesian authorities to facilitate the necessary legal procedures. After weeks of search, dismissed Bamban Tarlac Mayor Alice Go arrested in Indonesia. Go was apprehended by authorities in Tangerang City in Indonesia. This has been confirmed by NBI Director Jaime Santiago here on Head Start this morning. Details are scarce, but Santiago says the NBI is working to deport her as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Manila Congressman Benny Abante calls Go's arrest a welcome development, but he notes it's an embarrassment for the Philippines that Indonesian authorities did what the Philippines could not. As for Surigao del Norte Representative Ace Barbers,
para sa iba pang karagdagang mga balita at impormasyon, ay huwag po nating kalimutang mag-like, share at comment sa video na ito, at huwag po rin nating kalimutang mag-subscribe to continue supporting us. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood, at naway tangkilikin po ninyo ang aming YouTube channel.